Welcome to NBA Straya. It's Sunday, December 14. I'm your host, James Clements, here in Larry Armour Studios. Just sitting down. Some horrible breaking news out of Bondi. Look, I hope everybody is okay. It just looks absolutely fucked up there. So, horrible, senseless, dumb fuckery and just gross, dumb shit. It's just the fucking worst, right? Kind of weird to be talking about basketball because I don't know what the fuck's going on up there. So we'll try to do a show. Bit of a strange one, but we'll sort of push through, do some basketball chat. Try to get my mind sort of, back on hoops and away from fucking Twitter and shit. So, right, we do have an NBA Cup final. That's set. Hey, is Jalen Brunson an MVP candidate? What the fuck, man? OKC blew a 16-point lead and got Wembied, and their win streak is over. We've got some more injury news. We'll do some game wraps from the weekend. I'll do That's Not an iPhone, Mate, No Mate, Spud of the Night, Bet on Lonzo Ball, Magic Tweet of the Weekend. Do some the Unpopular Opinion of the Day in OUTBACK Takehouse, where we're serving up a flame grilled take. There is an Andrew Gaze Grey MAMBA Award and picks and previews for all of tomorrow's games. So, yeah, we'll sort of try to just do the show, push through it, talk about some NBA Cup. Two crazy, weird, wild, wacky games today that I was excited to talk about, and I still am. Just sort of a weird sort of vibe, right? Australia's a pretty fucking chill place, so I love it. You might have guessed from, NBA Straya. I do love the Australianness of Australia. And anything goes against that, just fucking, it is rough as guts. And to see some of the stuff coming out of Bondi just fucking breaks your heart. Anyway, let's get into the show. Let's take a quick break, come back, dive into some news right after this.
This is Josh Giddey.
G'day, this is Andrew Gaze.
This is Jack White.
This is Joe Ingles.
This is Dyson Daniels.
This is Chris Anstey.
This is Matthew Delvedova.
This is Shane Hill.
You're listening to NBA Australia.
And you're listening to NBA Australia.
And you're listening to NBA Straya.
And you're listening to NBA Australia.
And you're listening to NBA Straya.
You're listening to NBA Australia.
And you're listening and watching NBA Straya.
This is NBA Australia. Let's do it.
Watch out for the shark attack.
You better. Oh, boy. Better watch out for the Wemby attack, I guess, if you're okay. See, that was a crazy game. Very fun one, too. Right, let's start today's show the way we start every show here with the daily whip round. I don't know, how was your weekend, Jim? Yeah, bloody good. Saw one of my favourite bands last night. Sang my guts out, had a bunch of beers. It was great. Had the Squid's birthday today. Beautiful day for it here in Melbourne. Hung out, got some fam time in there as well. It was just lovely. Sit down, about to do the show, then you get the fucking breaking news about Bondi across your fucking lap. Just shit house. So, yeah, absolutely brutal. Breaks your heart. Australia is a place that thrives because of its inherent value system and inherent fair go for all approach, right? And the shit that sort of goes against that, I mean, it always sort of shits me up the wall. What I fucking really hate, though, is like, Australia has fallen. I don't know, man. I think shit like this tends to make Australians much more fucking together. Makes us all appreciate more what we've got. Right? You sort of go back and look at some of the horrible shit that's happened over the years. I think the way Australia reacts to it is better than a lot of places in the world. So here's hoping we fucking approach all this with a bit of a calm head and no more dumb fuckery. You know what I'm saying? All right, let's talk some basketball. Right, Evan Mobley, he's out with 2 to 4 weeks of the calf strain. Two of the most dreaded words in the NBA right now, calf strain. And, Cleveland, that's right. Cleveland! Getting to a point where you're like, what's going on here, bros? What's going on? Who have you got left? And they're like, geez, Jim, not too many folks. They did have a sneaky win against the Wizards, which we'll talk about again in a second, but Mobley played that game. They don't have Go the Fro Jared Allen at the moment. Garland is back. He can't hit a fucking shot to save his life. But, they're still at this point where it's like, all right, you guys are going to get healthy? It's a bit weird. So that sucks for them. Mobley out for 2 to 4 weeks. It's going to get pretty rough for this Cleveland Cavalier team. Austin Reeves is out for at least a week with a calf strain as well, which obviously sounds a little bit more minor than your man Mobley. So the Lakers, I mean, they've got like a pretty chill week anyway. Just a couple of games. They've still got Luka, still got LeBron. They'll probably be fine. Be interesting to see how just Luka and LeBron roll without Reeves again. And Jalen Suggs, so in that game today with the Magic men against the Knicks, Suggs hurt his hip. He just had like the greatest first half of his career. He dropped 25 hands. Brunson was just going back and forth. It was awesome. And he sort of like lunged, came up weird, just looked like it really hurt his hip. I mean, playing his balls off, you're like, Jesus, of course Suggs is getting hurt because this is just Orlando being completely fucking cursed as a franchise, which I'll talk about again later. Brutal timing, classic Orlando. That just sucks. In some good-ish, I guess, injury news, Trae Young is apparently returning next week to practice for a Hawks team that might not need him or want him. So I guess that's whatever you can make of it, I guess. Right, let's do the weekend game wraps. I think that's about all the news. I did my All-Star picks the other day. Let us know what you reckon about that from the weekend. Still sort of mulling over a couple. I think I'll probably try to formulate that a little bit better in about a week or so. Just, or maybe at the end of this week, we'll maybe just go, right, after the NBA Cup stuff, who do we actually think will be an All-Star right now? But anyway, Saturday's games. Do you remember Saturday? The Bulls finally got a win, stopped their 7-game losing streak. Josh Giddey has a big one, 26-7-11. Outduels Connie Nips. 129-126. Took everything the Bulls had to get by them, so not bad. The Pistons absolutely smashed and marauded the Hawks, 142-115, because the Hawks, she's a not so good, Jim. The Sixers beat the Pacers 115-105. Joel Embiid, he was good. He had 39 points, 9 rebounds, looked a lot sprier. And this is kind of the thing. I was saying this the other day. It's like either fuck off until you're healthy and you can actually do some shit, or just like play better. And he's playing better in this game after a bunch of days off. Surprise. Cleveland beat the Wiz 130-126. Took everything to get by him too. 48 from Donnie Mitchell. They outscored them 45-26 in the fourth quarter to come from fucking nowhere to win this game. Cleveland just escape by the skin of their teeth. The Yaz beat the Grizzlies in a barn burner. Keontae George went up his head. I'll talk about him again in a second. 130-126. The Mavs beat the Knicks 119-111. Big fourth quarter again from them as well. MPJ just keeps on crushing. And the Wolves beat the Warriors in a really entertaining game. Talk about fucking coming from the clouds. 127-120. Rudy Gobert was everywhere. Ant-Man wasn't playing. He was out of this one. Steph goes for 39. That's a huge win for the Wolves, wasn't it? And then today we had the NBA Cup games. These were bloody sick. Yes, Jim, they were. We first had the Knicks Magic game. A really, really fun game where Brunson and Suggs were going hammer and tongs at each other in the first half. And the Knicks had gotten up like 7 or whatever it was at the half. And you're like, yeah, it's kind of worrying signs for the Magic that they're playing this well and they can't stop the Knicks at all because Brunson is fucking awesome. And then they lose Suggs to his hip injury. He sort of comes in and comes out, and they just could not fucking get within spitting distance properly. Tough loss for the Magic. It just feels like that. The constant churn of what the Magic have to go through, right? Paolo out, Paolo back, Franz out, boom, Suggs out. Like, they can't take a fucking trick. It sucks. And it's almost like you put them at this weird sort of spot in the East where they're a quasi-contender, where you're like, we don't really want to play them in a 7-game series, but at the same time, we think we can beat them. Says every team above them in the East. Right? Right now, against Orlando, you'd probably take Detroit. You'd probably take, obviously, the Knicks, who just beat them. You would be sort of looking out there going, all right, well, would we take Cleveland? I don't bloody know, Jim. Would we take Boston? Don't know, right? But those teams, and like even the Sixers, those teams, you feel like right now, the way the Magic are playing with all these dudes hurt, you feel like they'd have a puncher's chance. If they're healthy and round back into form by the end of the season, I want no bar of the Magic. I still believe. I do believe. And then the Spurs Thunder played an absolute ball terror that turned to an absolute fucking shit show down the stretch where no one could fucking get away from all the dumb shit fouling. Adam Silver, fix this NBA. SGA had a bit of a rough fourth quarter, but this game was insane. It looked like the Thunder had just sort of put them away. They're up 16. They're cantering to a fucking win again. And then the Spurs defense went to another level. It was absolutely amazing to watch this sort of ramp up and then just go, that's pretty fucking interesting. The cool thing was OKC's defense also went fucking sick. And you're like, hang on, we're having a defense off and Wemby's coming off the bench. This is unreal. He can only play half the bloody game. So that combination of like what, Harper and like Keldon Johnson was like solid, whatever, but the likes of Fox and Barnes and just like the length and defensive nous of that team is really fun. They had 9 steals and 6 blocks. OKC had 13 steals and 4 blocks. This was awesome. So that was pretty fun. SGA still ends up with 29 points, but in the fourth quarter had 6 points on 2 of 5 shooting. He missed all 3 of his threes. He only went to the line twice. And I don't know. Wemby had a few choice words about ethical basketball after it, which is pretty interesting for a team that shot 41% from the floor and shot more fucking free throws than their opposition. But Wemby was incredible in 22 minutes. He was a plus 21. You had Fox, Vassell, and Stephon Castle all scoring 22, 23, 22 points. And this is it. Like the Spurs, it's incredible to watch them because you're like, oh, they've just fucking done it again, haven't they? And I talked about this the other day about OKC going, right, we're going to win 70-plus games. We're going to win 75 games. We're going to win 77-5, says Jim. Because the Spurs are going to, well, but maybe they won't because there's no one pushing them like there were, the 15 Warriors. And instead, well, the 16 Warriors, wasn't it? And instead, maybe the Spurs are actually going to push them. Maybe Denver are going to push this Thunder team because it feels like both the Spurs and Denver can spend the rest of their season going, look, we know, and maybe Houston, so mate, we are better than a lot of these teams. How, if we get the chance, are we going to beat OKC? And the Spurs kind of like had a real crack at this, like with Wemby being face guarded by fucking Caruso at times, which he did against Denver last year as well. This was the first time since the finals that they actually had their proper starting 5 for the Thunder as well, which felt like a bit of a problem because, I mean, OKC does feel very plug and play. We get it. But by the same token, you need a bit of continuity, I think, in what you're doing, especially in a big game like this. To sort of throw like a group together for the first time in a season feels a bit like, I don't know, feeling yourselves a little bit. Isn't that right, Thunder? So anyway, it ends up 111-109. We come all the way down to the fucking last minute that takes 400 years to fucking complete because fouling up 3 is smart. Fouling down fucking 3 is smart. And then suddenly you just have a fucking foul fest. And even on that last J. Will miss, the Caruso tries to get the putback, it kind of looked like he got fouled. I don't think he did. But the way the Spurs beat the Thunder was really indicative, I think, for everybody else. Because like the Thunder just had like one of those nights which will happen. Like it will just happen at some point where they just go, that shot usually goes down. And today it just didn't. They shot 41% from the floor. They went 9 of 37 from downtown. And that was kind of the thing where you're like, right. So if Aaron Wiggins is going to go 0 of 4, if Cason Wallace is going to go 3 of 7, if Dort's going to go 1 of 7, if J-Dub's going to go 5 of 16, then you're saying we've got a chance. Right? It's fucked how good OKC are. It took all that happening and the Spurs' awesome defense. But it's really like, did OKC just miss some shots that they usually kind of make? Yes, basically. But it was an awesome one, back and forth the entire time. After OKC blew that lead and the Spurs got all the way back up, you're like, oh, look out. You knew the Thunder had a run in them. They did. it all gets all tied up, or it gets close again, and you're just like, this is absolutely rollicking, and then it all came to a fucking screeching dead halt because of the fucking stupid foul game. I'm going to talk about this again later. It's really easy to fix. What are we fucking doing here? Anyway, let's do an NBA Straya proof performance of the weekend.
That's not a knife. That's a knife.
That is a knife. I'm having a bit of the Sunday tins with Jim for you, so hope you're lobbing in. So look, honourable mentions obviously going to go to Donnie Mitchell and his 48, but it was against Washington. Come on. Donnie Mitchell, it's like, just, come on. It's fine. Everybody on the Spurs. Fox, Castle, Vassell, the 22, 23, 22. Wemby can just go get fucked. Like, what a game. What a game. 21 minutes, 22, 9 and 2. Shot 6 of 11 from the floor, 1 of 1 from 3. Had 2 blocks, 1 steal, and was a game high plus 22 in a game they won by 2 points. They were so shit without him. It was crazy. Then when he played, they fucking dominated. That is an absolutely astounding performance by Wemby in his first game back. You love to see that. But the best performance of the weekend, the Brunson game. This was just awesome against the Magic. Drops 40, hits 16 of 27, 2 of 5 from D, 8 assists, 4 rebounds, and a steal. Cat was also awesome, 29 and 8 with 0 turnovers, which is pretty important. 9 of 11 from the floor. They were just such a good pairing. And this is it. You watch a game like that and go, oh, yeah? What are you going to give up to go get Giannis? Oh, yeah, so you reckon that's going to work better, do you? That's the bloke who can't shoot versus the big that can do a bit of both and do a bit of everything. Oh, interesting. Oh, yeah. Just saying. How about Spud of the weekend?
Spud. Spud of
the night. I mentioned J-Dub's 5 of 16 shooting, 0 of 4 from Aaron Wiggins. How about 0 of 5, though, for Tristan Aravinda De Silva. Justin Edwards on Philly also went 0 of 5 on Saturday. 1 of 7 for Igor Damin and Lou Dort today. He had 1 of 6 shooting for Lonzo Ball. And 3 of 13 for Dylan Harper. We don't really shit on the rookies. That was a bit of a rough one, though. The 1 of 7 from Dort was particularly sort of like, oh, hello. Because his defense was that good at times. You're like, shit, yeah, you got to keep Dort out there. If he's not hitting shots, who cares? And then it's sort of getting to this point, it's like, they're kind of sticking with Dort a bit. He hasn't hit a fucking shot yet. What's going on? He ends up only playing the 22 minutes. And, suddenly it turns into like 24 minutes of Caruso, who played his ass off. 11 points, 8 rebounds, 3 assists, 3 steals. Great game by him, but yeah. And nobody shot the magic number, which is a shame. Who's old mate, no mates?
Old mate, no mates.
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 Who's got no mates today? Well, I don't know. Wemby talking about SGA on the sort of, I mean, he's basically subtweeting him, right? I'm just glad to be part of something that is growing to be so beautiful, pure, and ethical basketball. Oh, ethical basketball, Wemby? That's interesting. That's really interesting, isn't it? Because maybe Shea's not playing ethical basketball, I think we're saying. Yes, that's pretty cool. Shea went to the line today 4 times. 4. That was a bit rough. Ethical basketball. I like this. This is like planting the seeds of a real fuck you rivalry. And OKC, we desperately need the Spurs to be the counterweight to OKC, right? We could be set up for like 5 to 10 years of absolute fucking hammer and tongs matchups between these Spurs and Thunder teams, right? Because they're both built for longevity. They've both got super duper young, awesome superstars. And they've got these supporting casts that just sort of fit and are also built to stay because they're either signed to their rookie contracts or their rookie extensions. I love it. Plant these seeds, Wemby. Go full old mate, no mates. That's pretty good. How about pad sick of the night? We had plenty of these. Dort getting Wemby. SGA getting Wemby. Wemby getting Chet. Fox getting Chet. I think the worst ones were probably the Chet blocks, because it's like, Chet, you're 7'40" as well. How do you keep getting your shot blocked, you idiot? Wemby's at least, like, there was a couple of really good moments of timing where you'd have the help defender come over and just whack at the ball. Caruso's hands, when he just sort of popped it out of Wemby's hands a couple of times, was fucking amazing. But yeah, Chet, I think getting his shot blocked by Darren Fox, that's just embarrassing. Like, you're a foot taller than the motherfucker. What are you doing? Wemby blocking Chet as well. Wemby, bit of a pantsing of the night when Chet missed that free throw late, and Wemby just fucking roaring like some sort of, oh, I'm a French lion. Oh, that's what it was. All accents approximated. But that was a bit of a pantsing on Chet as well. Hit your fucking free throws. Better than Lonzo Ball.
Lonzo was the best player in high school. He was the best player in college. You think he'll get to the pros and be like, I made it to the pros, now I can be average. He's coming for everybody.
Coming for everybody. Keontae, the roller coaster George. That's his nickname now. He's got a big old moon face on him, does roller coaster, but roller coaster George, 39 points for the Yaz yesterday. It's a soft J. 12 of 20 from the floor, 5 of 9 from deep, 10 of 10 from the free throw line, 8 assists, 6 rebounds. That's a bloody game. And as I mentioned earlier, Lonzo went 1 of 6. So, 12 of 20 as a maths magician, I think that's better than 1 of 6. So, yeah, not bloody bad. And let's have a bit of a final magic tweet of the week. It's everyone's favorite, Jim. This was the follow-up tweet to the one I read the other day. After the luncheon, I went to meet with Mayor Brandon Johnson, and I love the job that he is doing in the city. He put 31,000 young people to work in summer programs. He's doing a good job keeping people safe and bringing down homicide numbers, and we had a great discussion around his vision for the city. And then there's 4 photos of Magic hanging out with the mayor of Chicago. What do we say? Thanks, Magic. Not bad. All right. Let's take a break. Come back with some Yenas right after this.
This is Cam Glidden.
This is Anthony Drimmick.
This is Mitch McCarron.
This is Jason Kadee.
This is Darryl McDonald.
Hey guys, this is Hugh Greenwood.
Yo, what's going on? This is Illy.
This is Mark Worthington, or commonly known as Wortho, and you're listening to NBA Straya.
You're listening to NBA Straya.
And you're listening to NBA Straya.
And you're listening to NBA
and you're listening to NBA Straya.
And you're listening to NBA Straya.
And you're listening to NBA Straya.
You're listening to NBA Straya.
All right, let's do some Yenas. I had a couple of good ones in from some listener. We've got some good Jez Oz ones. So, but before that, the Yenas are brought to you by you. You can help support the show. Go to buymeacoffee.com/NBA Straya. Hook up brother up. Just shout us a coffee. Go on. Shout us a tin if you want. I'm here doing Sunday tins with Jim after all. Just go to I think the link is in our social bios and in the show description. So go check it out. Shout us a tin. Shout us a coffee. Thanks to all the legends that have already signed up. Working on that Dead Set Legends Club show as well. Hopefully we'll get that done this week. About bands. Which band is every team in the NBA right now? Jez Oz, hey, Ledge, got a few yeah-nahs for you. Number 1, is Jalen Brunson an MVP candidate? Yeah, nah. I think it's really, really, really hard to crack the top 2, right? You've got 2 dudes having historical seasons in SGA and Jokic. SGA is averaging 32.5 points, 5 rebounds, 6.5 assists, but he's shooting 56% from the field. 45% from 3. His efficiency is through the fucking roof. And meanwhile, Jokic is averaging a 30, 12, and 11. Come on. Oh, it's so hard. And then Brunson's been awesome. He's at 28.3 points a game, 48% from the floor, 37% from 3. What is it? 6.3 assists a game. What he's sort of doing is pushing himself into I'm a top 10 player in the NBA, maybe top 5, right? It's that sort of weird 4th, 5th spots, probably after Luka, probably around where like healthy Giannis is, where you sort of get to hang on, who do we put 5th? Is it Donovan Mitchell? It's like, I'd prefer Jalen Brunson, to be honest. It's kind of weird. Because, like, Brunson, Maxey, Jalen Brown, they're all having, like, pretty comparable seasons, comparable seasons, I guess. But Brunson, just the way that I think there's, like, much more weight on kind of everything he does because of the spotlight he's in with New York, right? The expectations of that team, yes, he's got a really good supporting cast. OG, Mikal, Cat. But he's the dude on that team. And their expectations are sky fucking high. And the way he keeps like fucking delivering time after time is massive. If they beat the Spurs and win this NBA Cup, the lid will be fucking completely off for the Knicks fans, right? Again, which is always, I love it because there's nothing funnier than a Knicks letdown. But if they win an NBA Cup, it's the first thing they've won in 50 years, right? Since 1973. It'll be absolute fucking chaos to a degree. But they'll basically, the Knicks will suddenly, like, and this is kind of what the NBA needs, right? They need a big market like this. Because like when LA win it, it's kind of like, it's another LeBron thing. You're like, whatever. If the Knicks suddenly win their first shit in 50 fucking years, even if it's an NBA Cup, people are going to lose their fucking minds. And this is where the Brunson MVP shit really takes an interesting turn. Because if they keep pushing and they take, like, if they catch Detroit, if they become the 1 seed, and SGA Jokic still 1-2, Brunson could easily force his way into the top 3 in the MVP conversation, right? If they're the 1 seed in the East, if he keeps doing what he's been doing, if they win the NBA Cup final. We've got a lot of ifs, but it's a great question. I think he's a top 3 candidate. He's a candidate to crack the top 3, right? But that's basically saying you're the best of the rest because I don't think you're cracking the top 2. Yeah. Number 2 is Mike Brown's downfall being that he takes too much responsibility for failure. Yeah, nah, he's got a great coaching record, but always seems to fall on his sword wherever he goes. Yeah, nah, this is really, 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 really astute. Because I kind of think Mike Brown is beloved, right? Mike Brown was beloved in fucking Sacramento, in Golden State. Now he's got another gig. You're like, I mean, is he good? I guess, right? Like, I feel like we all think that Mike Brown is a pretty good coach. And then you look at his coaching record over the years, and some of it is, like, it's legitimately awesome, right? I think he's got a career winning percentage over 60%. And you think about where Sacramento was the first 2 years under him. They go 48-34, 46-36. This is the fires and laser Kings. And then they just get all fucking weird and decide, oh, we think we want to trade De'Aaron Fox and we've fired Mike Brown and Doug Christie's in charge. They were 13-18. The Kings currently would fucking kill for 13-18. Right? And you go back before that, like his obviously his first LeBron run in Cleveland was massive. They're out there winning 60 games. When he took over that Lakers team, he only lasted that 1 season. That's like fucking Kobe goes down. It's all just a bit shit. He goes back to Cleveland for 1 more year and it all falls apart. And then he's just on the Warriors. Goes over, takes over the Sacramento Kings. It does kind of feel like he's a little bit of a pushover, I guess, in that regard, where he's like, yeah, look, to be honest, it's probably my fault. Because everywhere he's sort of gone, apart from that, like that first Lakers year, they were 41-25. Not bad. And then, yeah, it just gets a bit squirrely on him, doesn't it? But this Knicks season so far, he's looked bloody good. It's one of those things where you have like it's not so much the sort of fill-in teacher aspect, but like after Tibbs, if you're like even remotely cooler and like change rotations, people are going to do head flips because you're awesome. So yeah, I think that's where Mike Brown lands. I think his downfall might be that he's a little bit too much of a pushover and like will take too much, like cop too much blame. It's a bit strange. Like that Sacramento thing after 2.5 years, like for all of the fucking Kings dumb fuckery over the years, like giving up on a coach in 2.5 years is Classic Kangs. Anyway, number 3, if Ben Simmons doesn't get signed this season, is he officially a bust? Yeah, nah. Look, I think we can just go, well, he's now just a fisherman, Ben Simmons. That's all he's doing. He's just fishing. So, yeah, I don't think we're going to see him in the NBA again. But is he a bust? NBA defensive teams, All-NBA, All-Star. I think a bust is much more the Darko, Olowokandi kind of bust vibe. Like Anthony Bennett is much more of a bust than Ben Simmons. But there's like a weird sort of head fuck that came with the Ben Simmons thing, right? The sitting out for a year because of feelings is fucking stupid. So I'm not so sure, like, he doesn't get signed this season. Is he a bust? It's more that, is he just a giant fuckwit? And I think the answer is yeah, right? Like, showing up to fucking practice with your phone in your pocket will forever just be burned into my brain of just one of the clearest examples of sheer dumb fuckery and just this sort of sense of entitlement that you're just like, are you fucking serious, you idiot? Right? Where something about you has just not clicked and you've gone off a deep end and he was never the same again. And he's now fucked. He's not going to play in the NBA. So he's a bust in terms of like not living up to his potential in terms of longevity, but he still made all-star teams, right? He was a first Australian all-star. So I don't know if he's officially a bust, but he is a fuckwit. How's that? Zachy B, is the alien Chet's dad. Taking him to school in this NBA Cup game. I think Wemby fucking relished having a crack at Chet, didn't he? Like, that roar at the free throw line was just a big part of it, but the blocks, the fucking taking it at him. Like, you can't tell me that Wemby isn't fucking just crazily competitive. And this is one of those overlooked things, I think, all the time, because Americans are fucking, for the most part, just blinded by their own, like, hubris a lot of the times. The international players who haven't grown up all fucking chummy with each other, that's why everyone loves Ant-Man as well, because he wants to fucking kill everybody else. But someone like Wemby doesn't give a fuck what Chet thinks, right? He didn't grow up playing against Chet. He's not mates with Chet. He wants to kick Chet's ass. Luka isn't mates with all these. He just wants to kick their... Jokic wants to kick everyone's ass just so he can go spend more time with his horses. Like, that's awesome. I kind of want more of that vibe. Too many fucking chummy NBA players. But I love... so Zachy B. Is the alien Chet. How funny was the fucking Stan Van Gundy? Can we not call him the alien? Motherfucker's going to get deported. Jesus. Yeah, he's not wrong. And then finally... I'll use that as a double Outback Takehouse. Unpopular opinion of the day.
Now look at me, please. Look at me. Look at me. Look at me.
Fucking shut up about the Elam ending. Oh, too much fouling at the end of a game. We need the Elam ending. Do we? We need it. I fucking swear, I hate the idea of the Elam ending because it's called the fucking Elam ending. Name for this, it's got this nerd ass name that I just don't fucking like, right? I don't like the Elam ending mostly because it has a nerd ass name. If you called the Elam ending something cool like target score ending or mega awesome thrilling ending instead of the Elam ending where you're like, it's a bunch of internet nerds yelling, great, right? I'd be more on board if we had a sicker name for it. Like super radical ending. Elam ending. Fuck off. But seriously, there's such an easy fix to this end of game shit that it boggles the mind that we haven't figured it out yet. Unsportsmanlike take fouls. If the dude's not shooting and it's just a take foul, guess what? Free throw on the ball. Bang. Fuck off. It's done. Oh, but strategy, Jim. Yeah. You have to now adapt to the new fucking rules that pissed off the old strategy. Foul up 3. Great. You fouled up 3. Now they've got the fucking free throw and the ball again, you dickheads. Guess what? People aren't going to fucking foul up 3 in that case, are they? They're going to let it play out. That's what we want to fucking happen. This is easily fixed. All the hand-wringing about this shit just drives me up the wall. Do it that way. Right, how about a bit of an Outback Takehouse? It's Sunday at Outback and we do Mum's Roast all day until we run out. And guess what? Sunday night, we're all out, so fuck you. Sucked in, dickheads. Only at Outback. It was bloody delicious as well. And today's Flame Girl take is the Spurs should go and sign CP3 tomorrow so he can finally win a title before he retires. Only at Outback. And on top of that, the other one I was going to allude to. Today's Flame Girl take is the Orlando Magic have clearly built their arena on an Indian burial ground. They can never get a fucking clear run at anything. Penny gets hurt. Shaq leaves. T-Mac's hurt. Grant Hill's ankles. No Tim Duncan coming to join him. Dwight's the best center in the league in the worst era for centers ever, so it doesn't mean shit. And also, he was a fucking idiot. Paolo, Franz, and Suggs, they've played 11 games together this year and 6 last year. That's 17 of 106 bloody games. This, I fucking swear the Magic are just cursed. It's brutal. As I've said before, I don't know, maybe this is messing with the dark arts. You have to change it from the Orlando Magic to I don't know, the Orlando religious worshippers or something. Non-denominational. The Orlando non-denominationals. But yeah, definitely cursed in some way, shape or form. And for the next show, I've got an awesome wrinkle on my all-star family duos, right? I'm going to do that for Tuesday show. Tuesday, Wednesday. We'll do it for Tuesday because we've got the NBA Cup Final on Wednesday. So we'll do a full show Tuesday, set you up for that. And I've got a pretty good all-star wrinkle in there for my all-star family tournament. Nice. All right, Australian Play Watch. Let's do that. Josh Giddey in that win over Charlotte yesterday. He was really good. 28, 7, and 11. Played his ass off as well. 4 turnovers, 10 of 17 shooting, 2 of 4 from deep. Great game. It was against Charlotte, but still. No Lockie Olbrich because Zach Collins and Jalen Smith are back as well. So our man is back in the G League where he's kicking ass as well. So good job by Lockie Olbrich. Very much enjoying him coming out and being really way too good for the G League. He had a pretty good one today as well. 20 minutes, 8 rebounds, 3 assists, crushing it. Not bloody bad, man. Not bloody bad. Dyson Daniels in there, lost to Detroit. He had 18 points, 6 of 10 shooting, 0 of 1 from deep. 6 of 8 free throw line, at the free throw line. 10 rebounds, 5 assists, 3 turnovers, a steal and a block. Not bad. Jock Landale, the Rooster. Rock him, sock him, block him, jock him. 27 minutes against the Yaz. He had 8 points, 9 rebounds, an assist and a block. He did shoot only 3 of 7 from the floor, but 2 of 4 from deep, so not bloody bad. Johnny Tins. Old mate Johnny Beers in that loss to Philly for the Pacers. He played 2 minutes. Went 0 of 2 from the floor, 0 of 1 from deep, but he did have 1 rebound. Jingles Copter did not play against Golden State. Tyrese Proctor Copter did not play coach's decision against Washington. But in that same game that Josh Giddey played, our man Josh Green is back. Love that for Greeny. He came back against the Bulls, 17 minutes, 2 points, 1 of 2 shooting, 0 of 1 from downtown. Good stuff for him. Because he had gone to the Greensboro Swarm for his rehab assignment. Got the 17 minutes in that game. And boom, our man Greeny is back. Love that. And that is all the Aussies for the weekend. How about a bit of an Andrew Goes Graham MAMBA Award for Outstanding Achievement in the Field of Excellence, Jim? Oh, yeah?
Andrew Gay's Grey Mamba.
Outstanding achievement in the field of excellence. So Steph is 37. He had 39 against Minnesota the other night, right? That's his 94th 35-plus point game since he turned 30. That's the most in NBA history going past Michael Jordan. Pretty good dude. He had 93. So, yeah, Steph, still pretty bloody good. Still pretty good. All right, How about a bit of Paddy Mills game day ball or game day Twitter check-in, or maybe the Ben Simmons check-in? What do you reckon? Press the button, Jim. All right. Let's go. We had a Ben Simmons update before, didn't we? There he is. Just fishing. Just fishing. Yep. Tattooed chick. On a boat. Doing some fishing. I can't imagine why he never developed a jump shot. It's beyond me. Seems like his work ethic is unparalleled. That is a man who does not want to fucking play basketball. He's got generational wealth, so who fucking cares, right, I guess? Not him. And then we had, with the Sharks, man, let's go. A lot of nervous laughs. There we go. They went into the classroom without walls. Paddy Mills took him. His Hawaii team. So what makes this different isn't bringing a team somewhere. It's grounding them where they are. When bonding is led by culture, place, and real responsibility, it builds brotherhood, not just team chemistry. A lesson in respect, responsibility, humility, and understanding what we represent. Proud of the way this group continues to grow together. Paddy Mills, the opposite of Ben Simmons. Love that. All right, let's do some picks and previews for tomorrow's games on Monday. Game previews. Thanks, Inadvertent Bane. Not a problem, Jim. How's it all going? It was a pretty good weekend up until the fucking horrible news from Bondi. Jesus. Anyway, remember you can follow all of our picks over at Dabble. The link is in our show description or in our social bios. We smashed the NBA Cup picks today. That was good, so I hope you jumped on that. And we actually, I think we did pretty well on the Saturday picks. I think there's 7 games. I think we hit 4 of them, so that's pretty bloody good too. Tomorrow we have Washington at Indy. The Pacers are 8.5-point favorites. Look, Washington have been not. I mean, they were okay the other day against the Cavs and nearly beat them, right? They did also get beaten by the Celtics by 45, like earlier this week, and lost to the Hawks, who just don't beat anybody. So I'm going to go the Pacers minus 8.5, which is pretty crazy, but they are a better team. Siakam, Nemhard, Benny Mathurin. I trust the Pacers to just still get this shit sort of stuff done, right? Like, Pacers are like sort of just as they're getting that slightly little bit healthier. They had that tough loss to the Sixers, but Sixers were good. Embiid went off his head. Let's go the Pacers. Charlotte go to Cleveland. Now, this is actually, again, look, the Hornets are right there in that Bulls game. Cleveland nearly blew that game to Washington. I'm going to take Charlotte plus 10.5. No Mobley for Cleveland. It's getting pretty fucking thin on the ground there in Cleveland. So I'm going to go the Hornets plus 10.5. Keep that one close. Wouldn't be a giant surprise if they won it outright. Philly, Atlanta. How good is this one? Maxey versus Dyson Daniels. Philly plus 4.5. If Embiid's playing and he plays as well as he did the other day, sure. I'm still going to take Philly plus 4.5 just because I don't trust Atlanta a lot of the time. It's almost as simple as that. You never know what you're going to get with that Atlanta team. They are the Forrest Gump team. He was from Georgia. Milwaukee versus Brooklyn. The Nets are 1.5-point underdogs at home. And I'm actually probably going to take Brooklyn in this one. Like, Milwaukee came out and waxed, they beat Boston with Kuzma and Bobby Portis going off their heads the other day, and Boston not being able to hit a single fucking shot in the second half. Milwaukee's still not very good. I'm going to go Brooklyn to get a bit of a win here. So we'll go plus 1.5 for Brooklyn. Sacramento versus Minnesota. The Wolves are 10.5-point favorites. If Ant-Man's good to go, I think they fucking smash the Kings. Minnesota, though, every time I do my power rankings, they're just like one of the teams where you're just like, yeah, I don't know. Some games, they look like the best team in the NBA. Other games, they're just dog shit. And like they beat the Warriors the other day. That was awesome. I'm going to go the Wolves minus 10.5. I just hate the Kings. They're just such a mess. Like, I love how chaotic and stupid they are, but it's also like, it'd be gross to be one of their fans. New Orleans at Chicago. The Bulls. Can you trust the Bulls? Minus 4.5 at home against the Pelicans. They got a win under their belt. They'll be feeling pretty good, but the Pelicans had an awesome game the other day. And the Bulls could have drafted Derek Queen. I'm going to go the Pels plus 4.5 in that one because I reckon that Pelicans team can at least keep this close. If the Bulls pull out a close one, good on them. But yeah, it's chaos there in Chicago. Lakers, Phoenix. Interesting test for the Lakers. They're 2.5 point underdog, 2.5 point favorites in Phoenix. Phoenix, no Booker, I believe, yet. If Booker comes back, that'd actually make a bit more sense. They're only 2.5 point underdogs. But let's have a look. See what the latest is on Booker. Questionable for the Lakers game. Look, if he plays, Phoenix could win. If he doesn't, I'm going to go the Lakers minus 2.5. And then Golden State at Portland. 4.5 point favorites in Portland are the Warriors. I think I have to take the Warriors because the Portland Trailblazers are still so banged up. They've just got they've got no one over 6'9" that's healthy almost at this point. It doesn't really matter that much, I guess, against Golden State, but still, Denny, Ute Master, he's pretty good. They've lost 3 on the trot. They did get waxed by the Pelicans the other day. If they've got no Klingon, no Time Lord, they've got Duop, no Young. Oh, I'm going to have to go Golden State minus 4.5. Steph looked awesome the other day, so I'm going to go the Warriors. There you go. That's a fun slate on your Monday in between all the NFL games. So, yeah. Nice. All right, that'll do us. Crazy fucking weekend capped off by the fucking horrible shit news up in New South Wales. Hope you and all yours are fucking safe and look after yourselves, would you? But that's it. We'll be back on deck for a very quick one tomorrow on YouTube just to wrap up all those games. In the meantime, make sure you're following NBA Straya on Twitter, Facebook, IG, TikTok, YouTube, and all that sort of stuff. We're all over the socials. NFL Straya with myself and Gaz. Always a good time getting to the very pointy end of that season, week 15. Very fun. Jim does Supercoach. We're top 1% of NBA and NFL Supercoach. Don't have a BBL Supercoach league because I don't really know what the fuck's going on, especially when you've got a day like today where like everything gets rained out and shit. Anyway, bit of a fucking mess. But chuck a rating, a review, and star across all of your podcast apps, all that sort of shit. Big thanks go to From Oslo for their intro and outro song. They rule. So to House Hats, Joshua Delarendis, Fascinated Goldmines, Ramcheck Alarmy, Ios Extra, Green, and Dozers. They're on all the tunes you hear on the show. Smash them on your music streaming service of choice. We won't finish the show with anything fucking silly today, just a bit. Shit, isn't it? Fucking brutal gear. All right, so look, fucking reach out, chat to your loved ones, be fucking cool. Don't be a dickhead. I'll speak to you tomorrow, dickheads. This is NBA Straya saying, look after yourselves, would ya? Don't be fuckwits. Jesus. All right, later, Ozen.